Let's continue, shall we? Oh, that works as well as it always does. Alright, heal yourself. Is there a mage in this group? Yes. Oh boy. Should have noticed that first. Heal.
We're done.
Alright. The skill for repeat. Somebody had something that had higher. There it is, it was Rita. Alright, let's do this. Oh, that was underwhelming.
So can we just go all out?
Been a while since we've seen a minute.
I'll blow you away.
Annihilate the Vulgar before me.
Destruction field.
Is that the best you can do?
Sever. You're dead. Divine wolf.
Wow, that was amazing how the first hit of that knocked it out of range of the rest of the combo.
Get ready. I'm taking you down.
Troll's gonna be a dick, we'll plug it in. Where were we?
Is that the best you can do?
No way. Dragon swarm. Guardian field.
Light of noble life. You're just not into this, are you?
Alright, who's next? Not done yet.
Slip thy alluring snare into my talons unto me. Moonlight to beam.
Alright.
They
Alright. Is there anything over here? Okay. They've still never given us a reason for why Repeat smokes.
So can we just go all out? Innocent water.
Amazing.
That's over.
That was worth it, at least. I feel like I've been here before.
What's this?
Looks like things are getting pretty crazy. The Blastia's out of control!
It looks like Soggy smashing up that control panel did more damage than we thought.
So what the hell are we gonna do about this thing?
Wait!
Break it.
I don't think waiting is going to do us any good.
I feel like that should be the motto of the entire game.
No, I think I get it. Look at that! What is that? Air is being transferred at a tremendous rate.
Oh, we're not talking about the monster bird up
Can
there that
only
was at
be
the
one
center of the
place
screen?
Something this big could be sending that much power. The part on the Heracles that requires the most power.
The cannon.
A cannon?
If we were to destroy this Blastia now, it might stop Heracles. But the cannon could go off and blow Zophius clean off the map. No way! So what should we do? Well, whatever we do, we have to stop this air.
De Nomos, huh?
Oh yeah! That's what Duke used to get the air back under control. Can you really do that?
I don't really have a choice. Here goes nothing.
You didn't do anything. You ended the cutscene. When you say here goes nothing, it implies you're about to do something.
Let's eliminate them.
Let's get the mage.
Take this!
Distant locus, annihilate the Valkyr before me.
Why is Rita, the mage, going and hitting enemies with a melee attack? This lead.
Get ready. I'm taking you down.
Moonlight blast!
Blow you away! Destruction field! Sever! You're dead! Divine Wolf!
And it blocked every hit.
We show no mercy to enemies. We just rip them apart.
Alright, I guess this is nothing.
They're wide open.
It's nothing personal.
I'll blow you away!
Yeah, I think for damage per second, you're better off not doing the burst art and just spamming the regular attack while you have an unlimited combo.
Not bad. So is that okay?
Beautiful.
No, let me use a pineapple gel. Walnuts, peanuts, pineapple gel.
Let's eliminate them.
There.
Whoa, careful.
Wonder what that door's there for.
You can do it, Yuri! It's floating. Apatheia. It's creating interference with the Blastia and causing the air to go out of control.
Which would likely amplify the power.
It's like one of the Entelechy's souls, right?
Afraid that's what it's down to. If Heracles keeps going, we can kiss Zappius goodbye. Not to mention that cannon might decide to go off. Yeah, we have to act now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Huh?
It stopped?
What about the cannon?
Not good. At this rate, it's gonna fire. No way! We shut the power off!
Oh, an anime cutscene. Was that Apollithea? This game has too many complex made-up words. I hope that didn't hit the tree, sir. I forget what it was called.
I was really worried there for a second.
That's some friend you have.
There he goes again, showing off as usual.
Hey, am I the only one who heard a voice when you cut the Apatheia?
No. That might have been the voice of whatever Entelechyia it used to be.
Which suggests that the Apollithea maintain the consciousness of the Entelechyia it used to be.
It was like the consciousness within the Apatheia willed the air back to normal.
I think we're done here. Now we've got to get to Zaphius to rescue Estelle.
I'll call Baul. We should get somewhere out in the open.
We've lost too much time getting sucked into this Heracles decoy business.
Let's hurry!
Hold the air back to normal. The Apatheia and air. The Rhizomata formula and Estelle.
did not want to watch the lower quarter get destroyed right in front of me.
We owe your friend a debt
If
of thanks.
Alexei is in
He's not
Zaphius
too
with
subtle,
Estelle, though,
He
why
went
would he
ahead with his knights
destroy
and all of us still in here.
Zaphius
Flynn
while
would
he's
do
there?
just about anything to defend the capital, and he'd use his own body to shield everyone else. That's his thing.
Kid's got more nerve than I gave him credit for.
What'd you expect? He's Yuri's friend.
Well, I guess this is just nothing.
We got a head start.
Let's take care of him quick.
We're done.
No, there's nothing around there. There was another path, though, down below. To the left. It doesn't look like that leads up here. Oh, it does. Alright.
Let's eliminate them.
Well, I've misjudged the geography of the place. Let's get the chest at least. Lemon gel. Alright, this is probably the pathway we need to go in there.
Is Flynn down there?
The fleet looks like it's in trouble.
Oh no! This is not good. Judging from the tilt, those ships are taking on water. If they don't pick up the pace, they're gonna sink.
Isn't that Flynn yelling down there?
Doesn't look like there's any way to break away from that. I feel bad for doing this to Flynn, but we really need to get going.
Are you sure? You're gonna get an earful later.
I'm used to his lectures. Judy, take us out of here.
Baul! Baul, head towards the capital. Yeah, thanks. Everyone, get on.
You won't get away this time, Alexei.
If he gets away again, I'm gonna be really irritated. But again, why would he shoot at the capital with that weapon? If he's in the
There
capital.
it is! It's the capital! Huh?
Whoa! No more barrier.
I wonder if this is Alexei's doing too.
That guy's just doing whatever he wants.
Ready to go in?
Take us there.
Estelle, where could you be?
Where do we even start looking in a city this big?
We follow the
Probably his
airflow.
castle.
If Alexei is using Estelle and Apatheia in his plans, it has to cause a disturbance in the air. Baul! He found it.
There!
Is it the castle?
And Alexei's right there with her.
Cool. It'd be nice to see that for ourselves.
Take us closer.
Yeah. I don't even know where we are.
Estelle!
Please, I beg of you. Before I cause anyone any more pain. Please, Yuri. Kill me now.
What was Alexei's plan? Oh great, the game's gonna go on for another 10 hours, isn't it?
I'm alive. Did everybody make it?
I'll be all right.
I'm alive, but I can't say much more than that. Feels like I might have snapped a few bones.
The ship's a mess too. You won't get away with this, Alexei. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Yuri! It hurts!
That thing Estelle did. It was like Dane Nomos. Must be what happens when you get a few apatheia together at once.
Don't try to talk. We're gonna get you both to a doctor. Try and hang in there for a little longer.
Thank you, old friend. We owe you so much.
Oh, is he dying?
Looks like Baul won't be able to give us a lift for a while.
No. He'll have to rest somewhere until his wounds are healed.
You've done more for us than we could ask. Take care and rest well.
What about Estelle?
Yeah, if we don't hurry.
You've got plenty to worry about without thinking about Estelle.
If we go after Alexei like this, we're sure to get our butts handed to us.
It seems we're somewhere near Capo Nor. Let's go to Nor Harbor. There's bound to be a doctor there.
Yeah.
I don't like that sky. The air is boiling like thunderclouds. There's a mean storm brewing.
What the heck is going on? Is this a sign we're about to get hit with some kind of disaster? I just finished building my house, for crying out loud!
They're really in an uproar. Not that I blame them.
I'll bet things are pretty crazy in the capital, too.
Where did you come from? Did you hear anything?
No, we were...
Why are all of you here? You look terrible. What happened to you?
Oh, it's you. We've been through a lot. Do you know any doctors around here?
Sure, I know a doctor, but...
Well, do you think you might be able to bring the doc to the inn? We're too beat to even walk anymore.
All right, I'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
I'm a doctor.
Thank goodness you came. You'd returned from Heliard then?
Yes. I still can't thank you enough for your help before. Oh, hello there. Are you with them too?
What? Do you know them?
After I got Polly back to his home, they let me sleep over and eat with them.
Oh, right. After you left Rago's palace.
Now that there's a new magistrate, Nor had become a much nicer place to live. But now, with that sky looking the way it is...
Hey, mister, did you hear it? There was a loud sound like boom! And then everything was shaking like an earthquake!
A town official is currently going to see what happened.
Hey, where's that nice lady who was with you? Is she gone?
It's interesting that he specifically defines Estelle as the nice lady, when we absolutely had Rita with us when we were here. And it's like the kid's just outright saying, like, no,
Now
Rita's
that I
not the
think of
right
it,
nice
that girl
lady.
would have been able to heal your wounds. What happened to her?
A certain worthless idiot handed her over to the bad guy. Now we're chasing after them.
I see. I guess I shouldn't have asked.
I'm sorry, but she's away for today.
Oh, really?
Don't worry. The next time we come, we'll bring her with us for sure.
Really? Yay!
For now, you should just get some rest.
Really weird way to react. I would get rest, but, you know, apparently the beds are taken. Where did Repeat go? Oh, Repeat's with me. But it said I parted with everyone.
Your Excellency, it's horrible! The road, it's gone! There's a giant hole on the other side of a meat hill! It's burning hot all around it. I wasn't able to get very close.
What? Just like that? I suppose that's what all that rumbling was earlier.
Even if we were able to get near that hole, getting across it would be impossible. No one will be able to go past a meat hill like this.
So then, Nor is cut off from everyone else? This is bad. This is real bad.
Could this be the blast from the Heracles cannon? What have they done?
Are we just not gonna talk to the official then? Yeah. Freezing. You're telling me I'm not going to be able to buy any more gels? Good. enemies. Alright. Anyway. I really feel the game could have a less disorienting way of doing that. Oh, the gate's open. Nope. God damn it. Oh, there's nothing down here. Well, I guess we're not going in there. Back to the inn, I guess.
So it did end up hitting something after all.
Thankfully, it missed hitting any of the towns.
You guys sure you're all right?
No, I hurt all over, but Estelle's in trouble. I can't just lie around.
Yeah, what he said.
What's our next move, though?
If the road to Emmead Hill is out, couldn't we take a boat around?
Apparently, and a lot of it's frozen.
I'm afraid not.
A little while back, the Knights came and took any boat that could make a long trip. Thanks to them, the harbor's dead empty.
Those bastards.
How about repairing the Fiertia and heading round by sea?
The keel's all smashed up, so it'll take a while to fix it.
Damn, at a time like this. Well, there is one way, but I'm just not sure how I feel about recommending it to you. If it'll get us through, let's hear it. We've got to get to the capital fast. I'm afraid it'll end up taking you a fair bit out of your way. But if you go north just before Emmead Hill, there's a thin strip of coastline. It'll eventually come to a dead end, but in this season it freezes over and becomes an ice flow.
The blade drifts of Zofair.
Right. If you're lucky, you should be able to make your way across the flow on the ice.
So in other words, if we go across there, we can take a detour to the middle of the continent.
The blade drifts of Zofair, huh?
Does this make any more sense than just climbing a
I heard
mountain?
nobody goes there. Not even fishermen, because of the stories.
You're also gambling on nature here, so there's no guarantee you'll be able to get through.
Nature, after all, is more often the enemy of man.
Quite the keen observation, Patty.
If that's our only way, then we'll have to go for it.
Okay, let's do it. Thanks for your help. Least I can do. There wouldn't be much left of this family if it weren't for you all. Only thing I'll ask is that you don't disappoint my boy.
You got it!
I make no promises. Oh good, they fully healed me.
Estelle said something just before her power was fully activated, didn't she?
Yeah, she said we should kill
What
her.
do you think she was trying to say?
Sorry, old Raven didn't catch it.
Yuri?
Die! Tried us to do it. Mida. Alright. Here we go. Alright, so there's 0 point in fighting anyone here. Good to know.
Man, could you be any weaker?
Don't let him trip you up. Yes,
That's a Mead Hill, right?
Watch my back. You thought you could win?
So we take the left there.
Baul.
Will Baul's wounds heal quickly?
My, is that concern I hear in your voice?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been asking too much of him, really.
It will take some time, but he should recover. He's quite a fighter, you know.
Oh, good.
So don't worry, okay, Rita?
All right, I just... Hey, I'm the one giving out the sympathy here.
You really must learn to control that temper.
Yeah, I can't see any good reason why we can't just go around this. Nope, all the way around here. Yep, looks like the ice flows are there.
Man, could you be any weaker?
Don't let him trip you up.
I know you called them weak, but they're doing decent damage and they're taking quite a few hits.
Yeah, we're done.
What is combo force? Okay. Hey, how you doing, champs?
Let's eliminate them.
Getting by.
That's over.
Finish that?
It's total chaos and panic no matter where you look.
People were just living normally, and then the capital winds up like this all of a sudden. Heracles' cannon even changed the land itself.
Not really a situation where you can just tell people to calm down.
Nobody's gonna accept his rule with this mess going on. Alexei, what the hell are you thinking?
Rule by terror, maybe?
Whether he can control the people or not, the world is headed for a crisis if this keeps up.
But just try telling people about the air and the catastrophe it'll cause. They won't understand. We're the only ones who know. So that means it's up to us.
This is gonna be rough.
Which means we have to be terrorists.
Sorry, but you're going bye-bye. Of this modest land.
Yeah, it's very typical. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense in this case, I feel. I feel like the researchers who researched the air could be, like, made aware of it. And the average person's not gonna care. Not until consequences actually hit them.
I'm just getting started.
What is it, Raven?
There a problem, Patty?
You were the one groaning, Carol.
I feel kind of weird. Like there's a pressure on my chest.
Yeah, I feel the same thing.
What do you know? I'm right there with you.
It may be some light air sickness. The amount of air in the world is growing. It's easier to affect you. Many people may soon begin to feel it.
I hadn't thought of that. It's gonna get tougher, just to get by, huh?
So, we're coming up on the end then.
Yeah, they won't come fast enough.
It's cold. So very cold.
Okay, old man, we get it already.
The aged have lower body temperatures, you know? What I wouldn't give for the heat of that desert.
You're gonna slip and fall if you don't shut up. Oops, too late.
Watch it there. We old folks are fragile.
Sorry.
Man, this is really some place. Sort of a cross between mysterious and just plain creepy.
I've gotten really tired of how much of the game has been the characters standing around talking about how they should do something. And then the moment passes, and now the game has become longer because they didn't do something.
Just what kind of place is this?
They're relics of a battle that happened long ago between pirates and the Empire.
Now that you mention it, I've heard about that.
You're just full of information, aren't you?
It's stuff that I picked up when I was researching about Ifree.
I thought Sofair got its name from the sharp cold, but I guess I was wrong.
See, in any reasonable story, they'd be walking while they say this. With the knowledge that the longer they stay still, the more likely they are to just die. You know, because of the cold.
I don't think you were too far off with cold as a void.
What's wrong with him?
Also, they've still not explained to us why Rapide smokes.
What was that? It's big! Is that an Entelecea? No, I don't sense intelligence in it.
So it's a monster, right? We'd be in trouble if that thing attacked us.
So of course it's going to.
Joe. A monster with a rigid, sparkly back and a super strong body.
It shouldn't bother us if we leave it alone. Forget about it. Let's go.
They wouldn't have actually bothered making a model and showing it if they weren't going to make us fight it.
Carol!
Huh? Oh, right.
Like, there's so much of this game that just doesn't work. I feel like it's a very anime thing, and like that's part of the problem. Well, I feel like so much of this game just doesn't work. Like, the combat isn't really that good. The Sorcerer's Ring is terrible. The fact that it will randomly produce one of 3 effects if it hits an enemy. And the if is a big if. And only one of those effects is the one that you want. Begs the question of, like, why even bother with it? Oh look, I can't do anything. Oh look, I can't do anything. Oh look, I can't do anything. There we go.
They're wide open.
It's nothing personal.
I feel like a lot of it didn't bother me as much in other Tales games. It's an interesting hypothesis, Chance.
Let's go.
ultimately, like, this game has been kind of unremarkable for me. I think it had a decent start, but it has outstayed its welcome.
This one's pretty tough.
Not to the point that Zillia 2 did. But it's not been as grindy as Zillia 2 was. There's also absolutely this issue now with the game having taken away the only healer. Leaving me in, like, really not good position, generally. And combine that with the very limited inventory.
I'm just getting started.
I wonder. When you say that, do you mean the, this is that part of the game, Was it a melange gel? Do you say it meshes the 2D and 3D scenes well, as in... the anime cutscenes? Because if that's what you mean, I heavily disagree.
You need to take a chill pill. It looks like he's taken a liking to us.
I prefer dates who are a little less aggressive.
I wonder if we can catch it somehow.
You want to eat it or something?
Cold water fish have more fat to insulate their bodies from the low temperatures, making them oh so delicious. White meat is just perfect for skewers.
That's not a fish, you know. That thing's a monster.
Yep, so now just go backwards. And because it's not an RPG... Well, we just had 2 back-to-back. And, like, it really stands out. I don't think it looks great in comparison. When you see the 2D and the 3D together. And because it's an RPG with on-field enemy encounters rather than random encounters, sending us backwards does nothing but just waste my time. It's not even an opportunity to gain more experience. You weren't here for what, Chance?
They're wide open. Let's take care of them quick.
I thought you meant you weren't playing the game for those. No, they didn't look great. The Heracles was in 3D. Baul was in 3D.
We got a head start.
Let's take care of them
And
quick.
they both just looked really out of place. And then you get a quick close-ups of the characters, and it's like, oh, the characters are in 2D. It's like, I didn't realize this was an anime cutscene.
We're done.
Yeah, the visual style of the character models does work, I think. They're not overly defined, which is something that would become more common later. Whether that's a positive or a negative is personal preference, I think.
Watch my back.
I'm really tired of attacks just missing.
I'm not done.
Like enemies either being out of range or in some kind of invincibility state that is not apparent, and attacks just absolutely missing.
Take him out! Our strategy worked!
It's like I did a burst art earlier, and the first hit of the burst art knocked the enemy back out of range of the rest of the burst art. And it was like, wow, that was absolutely pointless.
Ooh, nice moves.
Let's go.
Yep, knew that was coming.
I got water up my nose. So salty, so cold.
You sure are energetic, old man.
If we just sit around talking, we're gonna freeze our butts off. Patty, this would be a great time for some of your piping hot skewers.
It's frozen. How annoying.
What are we? 35, 36 hours into the game and Rita is still an insufferable bitch. Okay, so we'll be going that way in a minute.
This enemy doesn't look so nice. Ooh, scary, scary.
Cool, that just absolutely missed.
Yeah,
They're wide open. Let's take care of them quick.
So I've got my PSP Go on charge at the minute because I've got this desire in my head to just play the PSP Go. There's not even a really good reason for it because I can emulate PSP absolutely fine. But it's on charge. I still love the concept as a system. It's so nice, and it's super compact.
hold still. I'll make this quick.
Well, the thing for me is that, like, because I have the, my emulation handheld, like, my Odin 2 will do PSP absolutely fine, I think like a 4x resolution put into 1080p. And it'll play great, and I've got the option of save states and stuff like that. Fuck, I'm playing PS2 on there, I'm playing GameCube on there. I'm currently 1 star away from 120 stars on Super Mario 64 on my own in 2. I'm playing Skies of Arcadia again on it. Like, it'll do damn near everything that I want it to. But I just have a hankering for playing the PSP Go again.
It's weird. That monster seems to have times when it bothers us, and times when it leaves us alone.
Yeah, I don't like it one bit.
If we stand on really thick ice, I don't think that we need to worry about being attacked.
If that thing comes at us, we can just kick its butt. Bring it on!
I'd really prefer not fighting something like that head-on at the moment.
Let's get back to land as soon as we can.
And back to someplace warm.
Yeah, the PS TV is great though. I have mine out, but not connected. Because Vita emulation is still in such an experimental state that I feel like too unreliable. And so it's like, okay, there's a few things on Vita that are still on the Vita.
This enemy doesn't look so
And not really anything else that I'd probably be like, yeah, I'll just do it on the Vita. The big one, of course, is Muramasa Rebirth. We've discussed that in the past. Currently only on the Vita. Tales of Hearts are, yeah, probably. Tales of Innocence are. I have my Vita right there, like right above me. Still absolutely wonderful little system. I wish I had more cause to play it, but I really don't.
They're wide open.
The biggest advantage of the emulation handheld is save states. And I don't mean that as in, like, we can save state and reload it like, whenever we want to make things easier. It's save states so I can stop at any given moment. It gives me a lot more freedom in that respect. And losing that to go back to, like, an actual official handheld is a difficult sell. But the Vita's a wonderful little system. Oh, there's a save point up there, that can't be good.
This enemy doesn't look so nice. Ooh, scary.
The problem with the Vita these days, though, is
scary.
There is no reason to suggest it for a casual player. I feel like if you're going to buy a Vita in this day and age, you should mod it. It's not like, you know, buy a DS and, you know, you can still get physical games for the DS and that's fine. You know, you don't have to get like an R4 card or such.
That's over.
With the Vita, with how limited and expensive physical games became very quickly, how many games have never released physically, the price and rarity of the proprietary memory cards and such. Like, even if you don't plan to
I'll take 'em out. Our strategy worked.
download games for it, you know, illegal. It's worth it just for being able to expand the memory, which can only be done through hacking.
That's what happens when I get serious.
I was thinking of something, I can't think what it was. Oh yeah, and then there's the various ports, fan-made ports people have made.
Hey, what's with this? I know I've seen this somewhere.
Like, people have made ports for a load of really cool stuff for the Vita. I have a full port of Grand Theft Auto Vice City on there, and it runs great, plays great, it's really good. I know the Bully has been ported, I think Simpsons Hit and Run has been ported. I think the most interesting one is somebody ported over the iOS Dead Space game, which remained exclusive to iOS, can't be played anymore on modern iOS devices. Is actually canon and was really impressive for a mobile game at the time. And is actually a good game. Like, that's really cool. It's absolutely worth modding and hacking the Vita. But I don't think it's worth not having a Vita. I don't think it's worth having a Vita if you're not going to do that in this day and age. Particularly because Sony doesn't put Vita stuff on sale anymore. Like, I have a Vita, and I bought my Vita early enough. I was able to take advantage of regular sales, and I bought pretty much everything I was ever interested in on the Vita on PlayStation Network. And the stuff that I didn't buy, I had physically. And the stuff that I didn't buy on PSN, I had physically. But now, you just don't get those sales. Everything's full price. And let me tell you, a lot of stuff ain't worth that. A lot of stuff I wouldn't have played if I had to pay full price for it. You get a lot pickier with your games at that point.
It's an air crenny.
Huh. There's one even out here.
It's not putting out any air, though. Maybe it's what's left over when they dry up.
This area doesn't seem desolate enough for that, though.
Everyone be on your guard.
Oh man, there it is again!
We're up on this rock, right? We'll be fine.
Real quick in response to what you said, Chance. I've never really trusted sleep mode for stuff like that. So if I can avoid using it, I will. I will just save and turn off my systems. And would rather do that than put things into sleep mode. Sleep mode to me is a short-term function. Like a very short-term function.
The air crenny!
Look out!
Yuri!
What just happened?
A monster that uses an air crenna to trap its prey? How could I have been so careless? I should have known.
Carol, run!
No way! You guys will all get eaten up!
This isn't something you can beat on your own!
Don't you have the sword that calms air crenny?
But...
Maybe use it?
I gotta do this! I gotta do it now!
Carol!
Now or never!
No wonder there was a save point.
How's this? Yeah, ha. Yeah, ha. How's this? Rolling revolution! Yeah, ha. Destroy rock! Destructo paint shot! Yeah, stop! Ha!
Nope, guess not.
Looks like I gotta be more careful.
Maybe you should have attacks that aim at flying enemies. Maybe that'd be a good idea. Is this where I quit the game? And decide to play something more fun? Yep, could be.
And they were never heard from again.
Oh well.
You'll be gone soon enough.
The combat in this game is bad enough when you've got a full party. Putting you one-on-one is the worst thing this game could have done.
We're done.
Yeah, but the question becomes, Chance, do I want to do it? This game's kinda hanging on by a thread. Yeah. I think one thing, though, like, we go back to handhelds, I think one thing that handhelds have lost is, like, the portability. Like, I feel like ever since the original Game Boy came out, there was always kind of a work to get those handhelds smaller, more compact, more pocketable.
Hey, what's with this?
The Game Boy is fairly large. The Game Boy Pocket is impressively small.
It's an air.
And then the Game Boy Color was only a little bit bigger than that. The Game Boy Advance is around the same size, just horizontal. And then the SP was the fold, the clamshell. I was like, this is how we minimize the form factor further. Which then carried over to the DS, and the DS Lite was smaller than that.
Looks like I gotta be more careful.
And I think, like, the PSP was reasonable in 2000, 3000. The Go, I think, was, like, the perfect Sony display of, like, let's make it portable without just copying Nintendo. And then the Vita got bigger. I remember when the Vita came out, thinking it was probably too big. Though the main thing I remember when the Vita came out was thinking the battery life when they announced it was too little. You know, look at it now. The Switch came out and the Switch was too big. Cool, I love how blocking doesn't stop that. I thought I've had before with the, Cool, if I wasn't blocking, that would have killed me.
I gotta protect them.
It's garbage.
Carol, stop this! It's crazy!
Don't you have the sword that calms the air crenay?
I can't watch this. I told you to get out of here!
If you keep this up, you're gonna die.
I'm fine.
You most certainly are not!
No, it's all right. You guys are all here with me.
Carol, don't!
You're all right behind me.
I'm so
no
far
matter how
past the
bad
point
I
of
beat up, I
caring right
can't
now.
lose.
Move, damn it! If you don't, the kid's gonna...
How you doing, Sid?
Carol!
How did he?
You're mine!
How the hell did he pull that off? Hey, is he alive?
Hey, guys.
Sorry we're late. Traffic was awful. You doing all right?
Yuri, I hate you. Hate you as a character. Too smug.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's pay this guy back double for all those knocks you took.
Like, at no point did any of them think, while it's distracted, maybe we should try moving. But they were, like, none of them were weak enough that they were just on the ground. They were all just kneeling. Don't want Carol in my party.
Sorry we left you alone.
We're gonna do this together this time.
Thanks. I'll finish it this time.
Do it. Let's...
Oh, cool, thanks. Thanks for, like, stopping that from actually doing anything.
Are you okay?
Make a party with Carol as a party member. Carol's dead immediately. Cool, maybe this is why I don't put him in my party.
Dangerous. I can't keep doing this.
Oh, great.
We're not doing too well.
What's that game? You've taken away the healer and decided that she has plot importance? Cool, I'm sure that's not going to negatively affect your terrible combat. I love spending entire fights just healing my party. Judith, unless you're going to contribute something to the fight, stop talking.
Everything's spinning. Repeat, are you okay? We're not done yet.
I love wasting life balls.
And they were never heard from again.
Man, could you be any weaker?
I guess I'll go easy on them. Here comes a new spell. I have an idea. Blah, blah, blah.
How's this?
I have an idea.
How's this?
I have an idea. Here comes a new spell. Blah, blah, blah. How's this? Roaring Revolution! How's this? Gaiabon! How's this? Devil Rage Rise! How's this? Ultimate Divine Destruction! Yeah! Duh! Destroying Rock! Yeah! Duh! Oh, this is bad. Ha! Duh!
Looks like I...
We just forcefully leveled him up like 25, 30 times. And this is still absolutely garbage. Okay, I wasn't expecting the level intro sound from Sonic Adventure 2.
No problem.
Here! Yeah! Duh! Destroying Rock! Yeah! Duh!
Enemies behind you, you fucking moron.
Sorry we left you alone. We're with you this time.
We're gonna do this together this time.
Thanks! I'll finish it this time!
Do it! Let's finish him off!
You're being too easy on the kid.
We are free Vesperia!
Destructo Pixel! Burn the very souls of my enemies. I have an idea.
I was really hoping I'd get through this game without using the DLC level up boosts. But at this point, I just don't care. There's also a thing of like, it sticks its tail up and we're supposed to attack that. And every character blocks, like refusing to attack it. And my character attacks behind it. And I was like, why? Like, cool, you are not attacking the target.
Blow you away!
There's also the thing of, like, just mashing attack is the better idea than using burst arts.
I will protect the guild.
I don't
try
care.
to do everything alone.
Show off.
But you did very well. We did it!
You idiot! What were you... Carol!
Carol! Hey, Carol! Come on, keep it together, kid.
The battle
He's all
system's
right.
just bad.
Once he calmed down, it all went out of him. He's just passed out.
This kid. What if you checked out before we...
Cut him a little slack now. Facing down challenges like that, not to mention he saved our butts.
Yeah, we would have been
So
lunch.
tired of hearing all your voices.
Facing down challenge.
Exactly.
Don't remind me of
Those
a game
times
that's
when you just know
actually
you
fun
can't
to
turn
play,
tail and
Chance.
run. Hell, everybody has those moments at least once in...
Let's get out of here quickly. Carol's weak. This can't...
Right.
I owe you one, but
That was very impressive.
Oh no, Carol won't be able to participate in battles. Whatever will I do? I'll probably continue as normal because I haven't been using him in battles because he's kinda shit.
Carol, why'd you have to go and be a hero?
Seriously, when is that kid gonna learn to be a good boy and act his age?
Swear
I've
fucking
never
Christ,
seen him
Rita,
show
you
courage
consider
like
shutting
that.
up.
I swear I lost a year off my life just watching him.
Well, we almost lost our entire lives, so we owe him one.
But that was just crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I know. We have to watch him and make sure he doesn't do anything crazy again.
Yeah, I'm through
I was
losing
very
precious years of my life
tempted
to that boy's
to
antics.
do
they're actually agreeing for once.
something
We all
else
share
tonight
pride in what
because I
Carol did
didn't
for
want to
us,
play more
each
of
in our
this.
own way.
It just comes a little
And we
easier
get to
for
this
some of
point
us.
and it's like, I should have just played something else. So what was it? Still, fucking I would say the Sorcerer's Ring is a pain in the ass to use. Like, I was debating doing the DLC for Arkham Knight like I'd intended at some point. I've been wanting to play Doom. I was debating starting that. Yeah, I'd heard that. I think it's understandable given the positive reception that the third-person mode in the Resident Evil 8 DLC had.
Hey, does that look like an exit to anybody else?
Tired already?
We old folks lack stamina.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of stealing your job from you.
Carol, you're awake, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Alright, thanks for popping in, Chance. Thanks for seeing me lose my patience with this game and just
Wow,
stop
Carol,
caring.
You're really good at pretending to be asleep.
Forcing a poor old man to work in this
You have
cold.
a good night, Chance. We'll catch you next time.
Mr. Carroll, you're made of tougher stuff than I might have.
Feeling better, Carol?
Yeah.
We were really worried about you.
Me too.
You didn't look that worried to me.
Really? That's weird.
Just never do that again, okay? We're all in this together.
Okay.
Mind telling me what's so funny?
Hey, easy, Yuri. I was just remembering something the Dawn said.
Well, Teek's playing something tonight. Oh, it's Ninja.
Take care of your friends and they'll be there when you need them. Is that it?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe this is the kind of thing he meant.
That's lame, Teek.
Well, if you feel like you understand what he said, I'm sure you're on the right track.
Maybe I hope you get paid hourly so that you get extra money for
I
it.
hope so.
All right, the exit's right in front of us. Let's go.
Everything all right?
Welcome in, Ninja.
Yeah. I was just thinking that
I've lost my
maybe all the
patience
ice
with
here was
this
made
game.
by the air.
The ice? From the air?
Well, if all things are made up of air, that would make sense.
The air crene here was actually quite stabilized, enough for a monster to control it. Maybe, if huge quantities of air could be made solid, it would help stabilize things.
You mean something like that could restore the air imbalance and stop the disturbances?
Yeah, I suppose it's ups and downs then.
I'm not sure. It would probably need to be more efficient, and it would take a lot more air.
I deliberately chose not to play a game that I knew I would enjoy to continue playing this.
It sure would be awesome if we could do that, though.
So, you want to stay here and research this air crene?
Why are we still stood here when you're all freezing?
No, there isn't
Jesus
time for that.
Christ.
Yeah, and we've already burned enough time here as it is. Let's go.
Yeah, by standing around
Estelle,
multiple
please be
times.
okay.
Once we're out of here, let's ask somebody about what's happening in the capital.
You could solve this problem by just having them do a walking animation through a repeating background. It would be that simple.
Sure thing.
Oh yeah, Carol's been revived from KO. I will continue to not put
If
him
we
in my
want news of
party.
the situation in the capital, wouldn't going to Halur be the safest bet?
Good call. Not only do they have a barrier, we can rest while we're there.
Well, some shut-eye sounds good to me.
Well, if that's that, then let's get moving. I'm damn near frozen to the bone as it is.
The good news is, because of the DLC experience boosts I used, I don't feel the need to spend any time fighting enemies. Honestly, Ninja, it's because I don't care anymore. The game decided, as my patience was waning very thin, to pull mandatory party member bullshit, solo mandatory party member bullshit, and then party member bullshit. And it was like, you know what? I've not been enjoying this combat system enough to put up with this. I've not been enjoying this game enough to put up with this. And the option is right there. So I decided, fuck it. Could I have dealt with it without the DLC experience boosts? Yeah, probably. I didn't think the game deserved the time.
There sure are a lot of people here.
They're refugees from the capital. See how they're all well dressed?
No, they're all the
It
fox.
looks like there's nothing unusual with the barrier here for now.
Carol, are you okay?
Who cares?
Looks like he ain't okay at all.
He's got a bad fever. He really overexerted himself.
Yeah, and then you put him on the ground and told him to walk the rest of the way.
All because he had to go and be a hero. I swear.
Oh no, if you'd kept carrying him, maybe you would have recovered.
Yuri.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Let's go to the inn so that Carol can rest.
Oh no, not Carol.
It's actually nice to be back. It all started with trying to recover that Aqua Blastia. Couldn't have guessed then we'd be heading out on a trip that spanned the globe. Don't worry, Rapide. I'm the same guy now that I was then.
So I think, like,
It
when
isn't
we've
me.
done this,
It's the situation that's changed.
we'll do the,
It's just a new set of circumstances.
we'll do the Arkham Knight DLC. I've been kind of in the mood to play that some more anyway. So I ended up reinstalling it. While it's reinstalled, we might as well do the DLC and get that out of the way. That'll be a few hours. Like, doing all of the DLC is probably like the length of a stream. Because you got like the Harley Quinn DLC is probably a half hour, the Red Hood DLC is like 5 minutes, the Nightwing DLC is like 10 minutes, the Catwoman DLC is a little longer because the final combat encounter isn't fun or well designed. The Robin DLC is a little longer because there's one awkward piece of it. And then the Batgirl DLC feels like it's actually worth the money you paid for it, and is about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Don't worry about paying.
Huh? Why?
Probably because we don't look like we have any money.
Well, you see, an important official is visiting the mayor's house right now, and it's by his orders. The government's handling the money for the inn so that anyone can stay here for free.
That must be for all the refugees that have come to the town.
Circumstances being what they are, it takes the fun out of it. But our business is booming thanks to all the visitors to our town.
Sounds like a good deal for the Empire.
So does that mean you don't have any vacancies?
Plus, I do like using some of the mod costumes I've got for
You're in
Arkham
luck.
Knight.
I have one room that's not taken.
Then I'll take that room, thank you.
Hey there, no cutting in line.
Of course, I wouldn't think of not paying. I'll pay 10 times the regular price. I'll also give the same amount to you travelers. That should settle things nicely, yes?
You son of a...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I took another look at the register, and it seems that I don't actually have any vacancies. So sorry. Come again.
What? I knew this town was in the sticks, but this is...
Honey, let's just go on to Heliord from Nor Harbor.
Well said. I should be thankful we don't soil our clothing in a filthy little hovel like this.
We're gonna be in for a nasty surprise when they try to go to Port Nor.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. Your room is upstairs, in front.
What? But you said there weren't any vacancies.
He's lying, you moron.
Business is business, right?
Yes, don't worry about it. I can't stand people like that. And wasn't it you who saved Halur's tree? This is the least I can do. Enjoy your stay.
All those refugees. The capital must be in a sorry state.
Yeah, pick your favorite Batgirl. And like we can play as that Batgirl. And she's really cool. There's a Stephanie Brown mod.
What evil you
and
think
several
that bastard
Cassandra
Alexei
Cain
is
mods.
gonna perpetrate next?
Cassandra Cain doesn't get enough presence in video games.
There's no way I'm letting Alexei get away
Or
with
in
all the stuff he's
adaptations.
done.
Like, not at all.
Who cares about Alexei? Estelle. I want to save Estelle.
Yeah, we know you gave her
Yes,
Estelle.
But to do that,
Stop
we need
going
to
on
take
about
care
it.
of Alexei. And we need to come up with a better plan to do it. We can't let ourselves get blasted all the way back to Nor Harbor again.
Yeah, really do need to get on some of that DLC stuff.
Well, we can't go anywhere till Carol gets better. So we might as well gather some info around town, don't you think?
Good idea.
'Cause it was the plan. It was a plan we had at
Someone
the
might
start
end up
of the
saying
year
just the thing
to
we
do
need to
like
hear.
the DLC for games that I hadn't done DLC for.
Wasn't the innkeeper
and like we're
saying
halfway
that
through
someone
the year now, and
important
I've
from
not
the
done any of
capital
it.
Was in the mayor's house? Let's go and have a look-see. Old man?
Someone's got to look after the boy, don't they? Leave that to me. You kids go on ahead.
Oh no, not Raven. Another character I didn't put it in. Well, the list is on the Discord, Ninja. Separate Ways for RE4 make. Shadows of Rose for Village. Annihilation Line for Terminator Resistance. The City That Never Sleeps for Spider-Man. Cold Cold Heart for Arkham Origins. All the Arkham Knight DLC. And Separate Ways for OG RE4.
I'm so glad you are all safe.
And I think that's it. I think that's all of it.
Huh. You did this, right? Had the inn open its rooms free of charge?
And just who are you? Watch your tongue. Do you know to whom you are...
There are many who have escaped with only the shirts on their backs. I felt this was one service their country could provide for them.
Okay. Actually, I'm more interested in what you can tell me about the capital.
The capital? Zophius is no longer a city fit for any person.
The city's barrier Blastia began giving off a great light, and the town was racked by earthquakes and lightning.
I was always going to end up getting to Shadows of Rose. Even after finishing Village, just left me with a nasty taste in my mouth. To the point where I was like, RE4 Mate came out, and I did end up getting that, and I enjoyed it. RE9's coming out, and I just do not care. I don't care where they're going with any of the story stuff.
However, the real terror came after that. A glowing fog appeared from the barrier Blastia and quickly spread throughout the city. The plants it touched grew hideously large, and the water became poison. It was hell itself.
The air is out of control.
No. Well, it's difficult to say I ever really cared about Resident Evil's ongoing story. Because it didn't really have an ongoing story after 5. But, like, in the moments, like, I enjoyed 7's story. I think 7's a fairly complete story. I was invested in 8. I was invested in Village. And then, like, oh, the plot twist happened, and it becomes Chris's game for like an hour, and
that such
that
dire
killed
events
all
could befall
enthusiasm.
Zophius, jewel of our glorious empire.
If the air has covered the entire city,
And it was just,
what is he doing to her?
it was so bad that I was just like, I don't care anymore.
This is that turncoat Alexei's doing. I'm sure of it.
One thing that is apparent with the trailer for RE9 is the layout of the ruined RPD is the remake, the RE2 make, RE3 make layout, and it's like, I don't care about those games from any real perspective. I enjoyed playing through RE3 make as many times as I did, but for them to supersede the originals in story, when their stories are both undeniably worse than the originals, nah, I don't care.
He came to us demanding our obedience, and when we refused, he swore he would reduce us to dust.
It's interesting you say that, Ninja, because I feel like its later half is where it becomes way less interesting. I feel like Jack has the most interesting personality. Marguerite is interesting, but doesn't last long enough. And then Lucas, I think, is just really kind of boring and overly played out.
That beast even had the gall to
But he's
turn
at
the
least
royal
somewhat
guard on us after we made
engaging,
our
and
escape.
then, like, after you do the birthday puzzle with Ethan, the game is not fun anymore. It's a massive slog. Because that final Jack fight isn't fun. The boat isn't fun, the salt mines aren't fun, and the final fight with Evelyn isn't fun.
Then how did you come all this way unharmed?
Flynn held them off for us. It is thanks to him that we refugees arrived here safely. If he hadn't come to our aid just then, we all would have died.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can see. Yeah, like the eyeball that's underneath it. Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to hear more about how great Flynn is, believe me.
Oh yeah, ultimately, we just didn't have to go back to Raccoon City. And seeing the ruins of Raccoon City in the trailer makes me feel like the Village trailer did, where it showed Umbrella. And it was like, Umbrella? And then you play the game and it's like, wow, this clearly existed just for the trailers. And was so fucking token.
But I haven't seen anyone from the lower quarter here. What happened to them?
I'm sorry. I haven't seen anyone either.
They must have been left behind, with all that air flooding out.
It was all we could do to save ourselves. With all that was happening, we were unable to take everyone with us. We did all we could. You must understand.
But no, like, my problem more than anything else is it suggests that RE2 make and RE3 make are the new canon, and their stories are just worse than the original stories.
Oh yeah?
RE3 has a better story than RE3 make, RE2 make has a better story, RE2 has a better story than RE2 make.
Hey.
I'll be at the inn.
Ultimately, Resident Evil is just a lot less interesting than it used to be.
His Highness is...
It sounds like the entire capital's been covered in air. And the one in the middle of it all is most likely...
That's insane. If he's using Estelle to cause all of that, then... she can't handle that.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
Who knows how much of a toll it takes on her each time she's forced to use her power. She was already having problems controlling it. Now there's no telling what will happen to her. What if we get there too late and... Even if we take out Alexei, she...
Do you think maybe there's a way to get her power under control?
I think the biggest ray of hope with the RE9 announcement is the honestly very surprising connection to Outbreak, giving the possibility that we'll get some kind of remaster for Outbreak.
There is. There has to be. We just haven't found it yet.
Because if Capcom was going to re-release Outbreak in any fashion, now would be the time to do it. Doesn't matter, Teak, I don't like the remake story, and I need you to understand that I will not be reasonable on this. Accept my unreasonable hate. Yeah, like with them announcing Onimusha Way of the Sword, and then they were like,
what about the
also Onimusha 2 remaster, and I was like, yeah, alright. If we're gonna get an Outbreak remaster, now is going to be the time.
Flynn's doing what he can,
If we
but it's not
don't,
enough.
then I don't think it'll ever happen.
Nomos.
Yes, but I will say that, Teak. I will say that. This is the office where Officer Marvin should have died.
I'll try asking Pharaoh. It would be good to know how much time we have left.
Yuri!
Hey, did we wake you up? How are you feeling?
Looks like I slowed you guys down again. You're going to the capital, right?
Don't worry about that now. We're still figuring out what to do. You just
No,
get
like-
better.
Outbreak HD. No. Ninja, have you even seen that scene? The scene that comes from?
Yeah, I just don't want to be left behind, okay? Our whole guild is gonna rescue Estelle.
I know. Why don't you try and get some
Yeah,
more
it
sleep,
would
huh?
be really nice. Yeah, you love First Contact. First Contact's like the only good Next Generation movie. What if we just like quit streaming and instead, like during times where I would have streamed, we just do like Star Trek watch parties on the Discord?
Okay.
I can't seem to reach him. The air may be causing interference.
No big deal. Either way, it's just a matter of making Alexei sorry he ever started this. Right?
I have not been paying attention to this cutscene.
And nothing more?
I'm gonna go get some fresh air. Keep an eye on Carol for me.
Did you actually find out what episode it is that you have, Teak?
Yuri!
What's with a long face? You don't need to worry about me.
No, you haven't played it. Oh boy.
A job nobody wants to do.
I hope it's like a Season 4 episode.
Are you going out alone?
I don't think that's any of your Highness's concern. I want to know how things are in the lower quarter, so I'm just gonna go take a look.
The council has decided to bring formal charges of criminal conspiracy against Alexei.
Oh, great. I'm sure that's going to make a lot of difference.
The Knights are currently forming a strategy for re-entering the capital from Dayton Hold.
With all that air in the city, I doubt they'll get very far.
Estelise is with Alexei, isn't she?
How did... So you caught on, huh? I wondered why you didn't bring her up earlier.
What do you intend to do about her?
What do you mean?
All those who carry the Imperial blood possess a certain power. In most of us, it is too faint to be of use, but I have heard that hers is extraordinary. I'm sure it was for this reason that the Council threw their support behind her.
See, why haven't you done like a Star Trek franchise, Friday?
Why are you bringing this up now?
Like, I can think of at least 5 games that would probably be worth you doing for that.
Isn't this current disaster being caused by her power?
So what if it is?
The Knights may have to... You're aware that defeating Alexei may not be enough.
That's not going to happen.
Is that really a time to stand there smirking? Really? Because, like, the ones I'm thinking of are supposed to be quite good. Like, there's the 2 original series point-and-click games. The 2 Elite Force games, which are very well regarded. And Bridge Commander, which I only played a little bit, but I was very interested in and found quite enjoyable.
Because you'll do it yourself? Flynn told me about you, that you always try to carry far too much on your own shoulders.
You can tell him that we'll be just fine without the help.
I'm not
But
telling you
why?
to play the Deep Space Nine Super Nintendo platformer.
I thought I told you this isn't your concern.
That sword. Perhaps you are just the person it was waiting for.
Keep talking, and I'll try it out on you.
Forgive me.
I think the, I think the 2 TOS point-and-click games are particularly interesting, generally, though. Well, you see, at that point, Teak, I think you're just torturing yourself for the sake of torturing yourself. Like, you don't get to blame anybody but yourself for that. Yeah, I think the original series point-and-click games are of various interest. Largely because, like, the second one, Judgment Rights, was the last time the original cast were all together in a project. Why can't I go in there? What am I doing? Yeah, that's Teague's own fault, though. Which is why you play the good ones. I'm not telling you to play Starfleet Academy.
Could you be any weaker?
Alright, who's next? Resound, O cry!
Like, draw a line in the sand for yourself somewhere, T.
Man, could you
Come on.
be any weaker?
Resound, O cry of victory!
Yeah, but I'm not asking you to do Star Wars.
Hey, that's... I remember when Estelle ate that Nia fruit. Well, that was quite a face she made.
To draw a line in the
Come to
dirt.
think of it, it's been a long
I don't
time
care,
since
just draw a
we've been on
line
our own,
somewhere,
huh,
T.
pal? I haven't been feeling like myself, even when I'm fighting. It's like I'm tired all of a sudden. You mind keeping an eye out for a while, Repeat?
Yuri, you...
Huh?
He was gonna straight up kill us.
What the? What? Carol?
You brain-dead piece of crap!
Hey! Hold on a sec!
You trying to be some stupid lone wolf or something?
Lone wolf? Wait,
Save the excuses for later.
Huh?
For now, you can drop dead.
Whoa!
Such excitement.
Hey there, Sunshine. Still living?
Maybe.
Well, it looks like you're awake now. How nice.
Jeez, Repeat. What happened to keeping a lookout?
He led us right to you, like a good boy. He's pretty clever, you know.
Yeah, he told us if we came this way, we'd see the biggest fool in the world.
I don't think I've disliked a party this much since Final Fantasy 13. And it's funny, because the party in Final Fantasy 13 actually did end up growing on me.
Do you guys know what's going on? Do you really understand what has to happen after this?
You're the one who doesn't understand!
Use your inside voice.
Carol.
You can't! This is one thing you can't—
What were you trying to prove? How far did you think you'd get without us?
Yuri, even if you leave us behind thinking you don't need us, we're still gonna search the whole world from top to bottom until we find you.
What it boils down to is, it's no fair keeping all the fun and glory to yourself.
Would it hurt for you to believe in us a little bit more?
We believe in you, Yuri.
Yeah! I mean, we're your friends!
The only person who hasn't given me any reason to doubt them on this team is Patty.
You got me, guys. All right, then.
That's
We're
only
all
because
in
she's
this
a character
together
that was added
until
after
the
the game
end.
was released.
Right!
Duh.
So let's go do this thing.
The way out of the forest is right over there.
I wonder if the world will benefit if Prince Yoder becomes emperor.
Who knows?
What kind of weak answer is that? I thought you'd be at least a little optimistic.
Well, he'll have Flynn around. That should help things a little.
But only a little?
I'm not so wide-eyed and innocent to think that major change is going to happen overnight.
That sounds like you, all right.
You know, thinking about it, Seek, I'm surprised you haven't actually done a Star Wars franchise Friday at this point. Given how much potential there is there.
Piece of cake!
One shot should do.
That was easy.
Like, you could pick 20 games there and still have, like, no duds.
This is my style. Not too shabby for an old man.
Okay. See, there's the thing. You could pick 20 games and not do any of the Super Star Wars games, Teak. You know, like I have. I haven't done Super Star Wars. That's not true. I did Super Star Wars as a weekend one-off back when I was doing Let's Plays. Didn't complete it, didn't expect to complete it. See, it's your own thing. Franchise Friday works however you want it to work.
Well, if it isn't the Imperial Knights, I guess they're getting ready to invade the capital.
But it looks like they're at a standstill. I wonder if something's wrong.
Oh yeah.
They're probably all
Yuri,
cowards.
wouldn't it be great if Flynn came with us?
No.
Did you forget that he's leading the Knights? I really doubt there's any way he could come with us.
As soon as the scouts return, gather all of the lieutenants. Yuri! Everyone! Thank goodness you're all right. Her Highness must still be in Zaphias, then.
Yeah, for now at least. What are you doing out here?
The Royal Guard has taken up their positions ahead. We're just waiting on the scouts I sent to observe the enemy forces.
You've walked over it just to be a bitch. You can go back the way you came.
Captain, you don't have the time to be speaking with...
No need to worry. We don't plan on staying long.
You're going to the capital too?
Yes.
There's something I'd like to discuss alone with you. Do you mind?
Captain!
It's fine. I'll be back soon. If there are any movements, be sure to notify me. Let's go. Prince Yoder informed me of what's been going on. About Lady Estelise's powers, too. If it really comes down to it, you might have to.
Yeah, stab her in the face.
Hey, the whole reason we're going to the capital is to prevent that from happening.
I know that. I'm only talking about the worst-case scenario.
I've already made my choice. Or have you forgotten?
No. I remember.
I'm prepared for the worst, but I'm going in the hope that it can be avoided. What are you going to do?
I've been thinking about this for a long time now. What is a law? What is a crime? Where is the line between right and wrong? After much consideration, I came to the undeniable conclusion that such a clear distinction cannot be made. Even now, my belief that we all need laws hasn't changed. But even so, I cannot bring myself to call you evil.
What's going on with the depth of field here? Neither of them are in focus.
That's why I hoped that we could make a world where we wouldn't have to keep repeating the same mistakes. Yet look at what's happening now.
Then why not come with us? The capital's full of air, so your knights wouldn't be able to enter. But if you come with us, even if we can't get everyone through, we might be able to manage some of them.
De Nomos, huh?
Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen from here on out, so you're going to have to decide for yourself what to do.
Excuse me, sir. A large group of battle machines has emerged from the enemy lines. The numbers are staggering.
What?
Oh, Yuri! We're in big trouble!
No, we're not.
How could they have been hiding so many of their forces?
It looks like we're going to have some difficulty breaking through that.
Some? No, that's gonna be brutal. By the time we get to the capital, we'll already be half dead.
It's not like we have to face those things head on. Patty, do you see any way around them?
Yeah, you go
There's
around
nothing
them.
but enemies anywhere I look. I have a feeling it might be impossible.
But we're so close to the capital.
They've started to move. They're coming this way.
Hey, shouldn't we withdraw back
They're
to the
coming right
hold?
for us.
Captain.
Yuri, are you going to the capital to stop Alexei? And to save Her Highness?
Yeah.
Then, no matter how this ends, I believe that what you've decided is the best possible outcome.
Flynn.
You should go. Knights!
When did you get a horse?
Stands before us, and Alexei lies in wait behind them. I won't tell you this will be easy, and I understand if you want to flee. But I want you to remember what it is that we must do. What it is that we're protecting.
I mean the rich people that you helped evacuate and not the poor people?
We're knights. With our swords, we protect the people.
The rich people.
I will not force any of you to fight. But if you share the same spirit as I do, then let us fight this battle together!
Flynn really is amazing!
Imperial Knights, straight ahead!
It's amazing how this army could only afford one horse.
Let's head for the capital.
And this is I'm pretty sure like the first time we've seen it.
A double side? Knock it off.
We have to make up our minds about Estelle. From what people who fled from the capital said, it's probably already too late.
Stop it, don't say that.
I think Yuri has decided where he stands already.
How would you know that?
You mean, the reason he tried to go alone was...
We have to make up our minds too.
I know what we have to do, but still.
Yeah, that's just a wall. Anyway.
It's hard to believe we're really in the capital.
This is so horrible.
The plants are all overgrown. It's gotta be the air.
Are all the poor people dead?
It's so dense. Too much of this stuff would kill anybody.
We'd definitely be in trouble without that sword.
Yeah, stick close to me. Especially you, old man.
Hey, Alec.
Hey, I've been on pins and needles since we got here.
I don't think anybody wins in this game. I think we all just eventually get tired of it and think, I could have been playing Doom right now.
Give me a break.
Hold my hand. I'm not letting you run away anymore, Yuri.
Give it a rest. I'm not going off by myself anymore.
Look! Monsters got in here!
How? The barrier is back up and running fine.
They look like they're going crazy, like the ones we saw back at Cave Mock.
Yuri, what is it?
Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Let's go. We can't keep Estelle waiting.
Hmm?
The lower quarters at the bottom of that slope. It's his home.
It looks like it's been overrun by the plants.
Yep, and we already know the knights didn't help any of the poor people get out. Only the rich. That's good work, Ninja. Did you also feel like the majority of the final season was
What's
wasted?
up, old man?
I want to hear what you're planning. You know, about Estelle. We're all floating in the same boat, right? Care to share?
I'm not sure I won't lose my nerve if I start talking about it now. You're just gonna have to bear with me till the time comes.
You're prepared to do what's necessary, but you haven't given up hope.
That about sums it up.
I guess that's your style.
You know, at some
But don't
point
try
I'd like to
take
get
it
a
all on by
3DS
yourself,
capture
all
card.
right?
It's weird hearing kind words from you, Raven.
True enough.
A way I could record DS and 3DS games natively. And like having them on actual hardware means I could actually use the touchscreen effectively. So I could play the DS exclusive Clone Wars game, which I remember being pretty good. Better than you'd expect.
Damn, it shut up tight.
Oh, if only there were gaps for you to just go right through.
Look up there! I might be able to squeeze through.
I think we could all squeeze through that.
Nice. You can go through there and open it from the other side.
What do you mean open it from the other side? You can just reach through and open it.
We're counting on you.
Like, what the show would do on a normal basis, yeah, I get
We're out of
that.
time. Why don't we just blow it open?
And it's like, if it was on ordinary circumstances, it
Just
would be
'cause there's
fine.
nobody out here doesn't mean nobody's in there. It'd be a pain if we were
My
discovered.
problem with it is they finally brought the series back for one more season, 12 episodes. It's like, great, the conclusion, the finale of the Clone Wars. And they waste 2/3 of it on trying to set up other shows.
The air is all over the city, isn't it? It's gotta be in the castle, too.
Alexei must have taken some sort of precautions against that.
Oh, Carol did
And it's not even that the episodes themselves are bad, it's that they're specifically designed to try and sell other shows, spin-offs.
Got it! Everybody hurry!
Good work. Okay, this is it, folks.
As it is, like, I'd say the final season of the Clone Wars is just the last 4 episodes. No. There's the 4 episodes of the Bad Batch arc, there's the 4 episodes with Ahsoka in, like, the underworld with the sisters. That's 2/3. It's 12 episodes, it's 2/3. Both were intended to set up other shows, and only the Bad Batch was picked up.
Released, the world might be done for.
Oh, the gloom! Rita, darling, how can you be so gloomy?
Okay, first, never call me darling. Second, excuse me for not being as optimistic as you.
Hey now, old Raven's not without his own worries.
Oh, really?
Sure, but what's the point of getting all down? We're doing all we can to make this work out, right? You just gotta
Oh yeah,
believe in
like, the
yourself.
last 4 episodes are fantastic. I remember watching it
Basically a Rita trademark,
for the
ain't
first time, and it was like,
fine, you're
I'm
right.
amazed at the
Oh,
quality
how
of
could
the
I let you
animation for
outsmart
the
me?
fight.
There now.
And like, you know the fight I'm talking about.
As long as our
And
little
like, you
genius
think
doesn't lose
about
that attitude.
early Clone Wars versus this, and you can see how much smoother the animations are. You can see the transition from movement to movement, rather than it looking like a Gendy Tarkovsky show. In the beginning, it looked like a 3D version of
Huh? There's no air in here.
the old series. Even in the animation, the way characters would move from like position to position in combat. And I get they were very much intending that style, but the juxtaposition from that to the Ahsoka versus Maul fight, and you can see every movement as they go, and it's like, oh, they motion captured it, and they brought Ray Park in to do the motion capture for Maul. And it's like, you know what? It shows. The effort here shows, and it was very impressive, and it looks amazing.
He must have figured out how to use Estelle's power to do this.
It may have been that the outer barrier was to keep the air in.
That hunch you had is looking more likely by the minute, old man. We're gonna have company before long.
Why is it I'm only ever right about the bad stuff happening?
It was really good.
If you only think negatively, only bad stuff's going to happen. So just think positively.
Well said. I'm sure you're right about that.
Like, in the end, it does kind of make you question, rather than a final season, like, why didn't they just do like a Clone Wars finale movie that was just that?
I've always thought of myself as an optimist, to be honest.
It's like season 6 was cut short by the purchasing of LucasArts by Disney. Lucasfilm by Disney, anyway. If the first 8 episodes of the final season had been like the second half of season 6, wouldn't bat an eye. And then like the Siege of Mandalore arc was just a movie to tie it all up. Perfect. My problem has always been that they got the Clone Wars back, which was something we didn't expect to ever happen, and they kind of wasted most of it.
It's not like saying that now's gonna change anything. We gotta brace ourselves and push forward.
I don't know. I don't think that's true, Teak, because I feel like the Clone Wars coming back was a selling point of Disney Plus in the beginning. Because it was exclusive to Disney Plus, and it was when Disney Plus first came out. I feel like they would have done the Clone Wars final season regardless early on, because they needed something to sell Disney Plus with.
Yeah, those bogus knights who've sided up with the bad guys don't stand a chance.
It's too bad in a way. I finally get to see the castle, but not for the reason I was hoping.
Flynn entrusted Estelle to you, right?
Yeah.
He's taken on his own share of burdens, so we can focus on rescuing Estelle. Still, it must be hard for you.
I'll carry his resolve with me.
Good. I'm sure we can save Estelle then.
I was thinking that. But we have an ad to run. So let's run the ad. We'll be right back. Random sound.
Objection!
Objection overruled. No. I will use this time to unplug my PSP Go from the charger. It's odd though, right, T? Yeah, I wonder if it's building to something. No, I think it started looping. So, while we're on break, let's load up the PSP Go and see what I have currently installed on it. It's the 11th. Five. Nah. H games aren't of interest to me. That said, I honestly don't know if there are any H games on PSP. Let's see. Burnout Legends, Disgaea, Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai Another Road, God of War Ghost of Sparta, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, Justice League Heroes, Metal Gear Acid, Persona 3 Portable, Spider-Man 3, Star Ocean First Departure, Star Wars The Force Unleashed, Super Stardust Portable, Tales of Eternia, Tekken 6, and Valkyrie Profile Lenneth. That's so. Seriously, like, look how compact this is. Look at that. Beautiful. I don't know, like, anime bullshit, sure. I know there are porn UMDs. Like, you could get the UMD movie discs. I know there's porn of that, and I'm pretty sure probably some hentai as well. Games? I don't know. I don't think so. Because that was back when there was still standards with that kind of thing. Alright, but we're back. Yeah, you will, but only because I'll be standing outside your window playing it on a speaker. What'd I do? You know what? It's nice to feel like there should be something in an area like this, and actually have something be in an area like this. Yeah, it'd only be creepy if I did it to you, Ali. Yeah, the PSP Go's form factor is so good. Like, it's so sleek. Let's go this way.
Hold on. Someone's there.
Huh? Oh, it's these clowns.
What the? Yuri? Oh, it's Yuri! Huh? Hanks? Hanks, everyone, you're all okay. Hey, that's my line. Why are you inside the castle?
Yeah, you all too.
Yes, well, Sir Flynn ordered me to lead the evacuation of the citizens. However, I realized that the inhabitants of the lower quarter were nowhere to be found. It wasn't part of my orders, but, you see...
The exit collapsed, and a strange fog covered the ground. We were in quite a fix. Thanks to these knights, we escaped the fog and came here. They saved our lives.
I am prepared to receive punishment for violating my orders.
Why? You're clearly the only people who cared about the pause.
I say, we will take the same punishment.
Punishment? I'm just an old man, boys.
You're 35.
Anyway, isn't it the duty of the knights to protect the citizens? You did well.
This is an honor. Captain Captain Raven.
Don't call me Captain. I'm just Raven.
Sir, I apologize, Sir Just Raven.
Looks like somebody respects you.
I never would have believed it.
Guess you can't judge a book by its cover.
It's honestly become really tedious. Whenever anybody talks to Raven or talks about Raven, it's always, oh, he's so old. Like, it's literally every line. Every line or every other line is far too common, and it's not a funny joke.
This is great, Yuri.
Huh. I forgot how tough everyone was. What was I worried about?
I don't know why, Yuri, but you look happier than I've ever seen you before.
Yeah, she's right.
Did you see the former commandant?
Sir, no sir, but we overheard the royal guard outside. Something about the sword stare?
The sword stare?
I don't know, like, it was always said that Barry was old, but because he didn't have grey hair, I never really saw him as old.
That really tall thing we got blasted off of.
So that means he's still up there.
Sounds like Smoke and Scoundrels both like high places.
The problem is, only important people can get to the sword stair. There's some special mechanism.
I can take care of locks. Rita can take care of formulas. We can do it.
You said it. Hanks, all of you should stay here and hide. Let's go.
Isn't this great? Now everyone in the lower quarter is safe.
Yeah. Now all that's left is crushing Alexei and saving Estelle.
You must be so proud that your men are finally doing some actual work.
I've tried to tell you, I don't have any men.
There was a real sparkle
Because
in
it's
their eyes
anime,
when they
Ali.
were looking at you, old man.
How can someone respect
Yeah, but
us
to be
so
fair, in
many
Revelations
so
2,
cold to
Barry's
his
in
friends?
his 50s, so
All right,
that's understandable.
Raven's starting to think he's had about enough of these shenanigans.
I don't feel like talking to any of you because I don't want to hear any of you speak. Let's go finish the game, hopefully, so I don't have to play this next time and I can play a good game like Doom. This way? The other way. Yeah, but I don't have to hear your voice, Ninja, so you know, it's okay. We've gotten this far, Ellie. Who's Ted? Like, we've gotten this far, and like, we finish it off and just there. I'm tired of not finishing games. There was a point a few years ago where I felt like I was doing that too often. I was starting games and not enjoying them and then not finishing them because of that. And it was like... Some of them I've debated going back to about. Like Alien Isolation, I've debated going back to it. Yeah, but it doesn't say don't do that to yourself, Chrono.
So you have come at last. A Critian? No, wait, you were...
Meet Chroma, special advisor to the Imperial Knights, Alexei's personal assistant.
Cool, would have been interesting if she'd been introduced anywhere before now.
Alexei's, but that would mean...
Probably. You never know.
Then she's an enemy? No, I am not. For the time being, in any case.
That's not a very comforting way to put it. Sorry, but we got somewhere to go.
Parasite Eve, like, I'm glad I played through Parasite Eve and finally experienced it all for myself. But... it's not a game I want to play through again. I feel like it would probably be better playing through it again, but that's just a case of knowing what to do would make it less frustrating in some regards. But then there's other stuff, like going through the museum again would not be fun. I wouldn't enjoy going through the hospital again. We all have our, like, rough games that we enjoy, and Parasite Eve is not one for me. Eventually, maybe. Probably. But there's a lot of stuff I'm more interested in getting to before that.
If you're here to fight, fine. If not, maybe it could wait until later.
Who is it you would fight for?
What do you mean?
That poor, pathetic young girl? She doesn't need your pity.
You are being really vague. Come on, spit it out already.
I cannot know what that one saw in all of you, but I wish for you to stop him.
Wow, what a wonderful character.
That made no sense. Did anybody get what she was trying to say?
Maybe she wants us to stop Alexei?
Maybe. It would add up, I guess.
Yes, Estelle should be just up ahead.
Aye, but stopping is so half-hearted.
Why do I feel like the game's going to end up going on for like another 5 hours after this?
Maybe it was more like, go nail that guy's butt to the wall.
I could handle that. Come on.
But yeah, there's plenty before that.
This looks like fun.
Like I say, I want to do Doom next. There's a bunch of stuff on the wheel to go through.
Was I a little hard on you?
Like, watching you play it, Ali, is like, I wasn't overly interested. I feel like I was talking with Clem about that. No, I just didn't feel like an interesting game.
They're wide open.
It's nothing personal.
But it's probably one of those games that's different when you play it. Play it yourself. Maybe it's just not a good game to watch. Some games be like that. And that's why I compare it to Dino Crisis.
They know each other way too well.
It's like Dino Crisis 2 is a lot less interesting than Dino Crisis 1. Dino Crisis 2 is way more straightforward, way less experimental, ultimately is better for it, but conceptually is less interesting. What was that? I haven't had to deal with anything like this for the entire game, and now I have to do it. 1 to 4, front to back, dark to light. Yeah, I've always ended up comparing it to Dino Crisis. The first game's more interesting because it's experimental. But ultimately, the experimentation is the source of a lot of its flaws. The second game is less experimental and generally better for it, but less interesting as a result. And then the third game's just kind of like, what? I've tried the Evil Within like 3 times and I've never enjoyed it. Other people have, I just never did. Which is unfortunate, because like, I remember when I got my PS4, it was one of the first games I got for the PS4. I was really interested in it. Am I gonna have to run around the entire fucking castle for this? So I'm going to have to run around the entire castle finding the right statues to activate in the right order. And I don't like that. So that's number 3. Two. Yeah, I want to do Doom after this, though. I mean, getting a desire to do it. So I ended up downloading it, reinstalling it on my PC. And was like, okay, we're going to try this, and if I'm still having the sound issues I was having previously, then I'll just do the PS4 version. But no, it's fine. So we're going to do the PC version, and that'll be really nice. Because if they were conveniently placed, Ninja, then you might enjoy the game. Yeah, Doom 2016, absolutely. Which I've tried to do twice before and just never really stuck with. I was like, we're absolutely going to do it. I don't know. This is my first playthrough of this game. Because if I had played this before, I would have been like, you know what, I don't want to do this again. The risk you take with doing blind playthroughs on stream. The stupidest thing about all of that, though, is like, oh yeah, no, it's, they're all really spread out, but you very clearly have to do them in a specific order as well. And if you do them in the wrong order, then what happens? Yeah, I'm not gonna play this again. I wonder if this will be a case of like when I did, when I played through Tales of Xillia 2. Which I didn't do on stream, that was before I was streaming. Years before I was streaming. But like, I played through Tales of Xillia 2 and finished it, and it burnt me out so hard that I didn't play another Tales game for like 5 years. Seriously, like, every time it's done a transition like this, it's always been really poorly done. There's also, like, a really uninteresting run-up to this boss. You might be like, oh, but Chrono, how could you make something like this interesting, like going up an extended sequence? And I would say Final Fantasy VII handled it somehow with going down.
Astounding. I thought that crash would have been the last of you.
If we hadn't been lucky,
Oh, I forgot this guy was Wesker.
Wish. You can let her go now and save yourself some pain. Or we can break you first. It's your call.
Sorry to be a bore, but let's say I refuse both of those.
I'd be happy to decide for you.
The princess was splendid. Her power equals the ancient children of the full moon. Every person has a role, and the princess has played her part exceedingly well.
If she's done her part, then we'll take her back right now.
As you wish.
Yeah, she's got those anime dead eyes.
Estelle!
Oh no, I'm gonna have to fight Estelle? I'd be worried if she wasn't absolute garbage and absolute in actual combat.
Estelle! Snap out of it! Wait, it looks like she's being controlled.
That's not fair. That's not fair, Alexei.
So shoot him with your gun.
What would you do with the princess now? Her power has subsumed her will entirely.
But yeah, that's DC Douglas doing his Albert Wesker voice. Though, interestingly enough, this game does predate Resident Evil 5 by a year.
Her power has finally been controlled by a system I have put into place. Blastia that go out of control must be destroyed. You should know that.
Don't talk about Estelle like she's just some thing!
Oh, but the princess was a tool most crucial to my plans. As were you, Shaun. And since you survived, I will use you again. Return like the puppet you are.
Sorry, but you buried that poor schmuck alive yourself. I'm Raven. Pleased to meet you.
We all have a role to play,
Shoot him
but each person has a
with
say
your
in
bow.
what that role is.
Even though so many live such meaningless, mundane lives? I think not.
Like, we have so many ways of just attacking him, and nobody's doing anything.
If they choose that life, then so what? That's what deciding for yourself means.
You have no right to decide whether they're meaningless or not.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, I suppose so.
We will never see eye to eye.
No! Estelle, don't do this! Damn it!
Careful, she's strong. I can't hurt her!
Estelle, come on!
Was it DC Douglas in Umbrella Chronicles?
Snap out of it!
I guess we don't have a choice.
Estelle, I'm sorry we have to hurt you.
I'm really not. She does not have this much health when she's in the party. This is bullshit. Yeah, I don't care. I want so many of these characters dead now.
Perhaps that was not enough power.
Cool, you know, maybe we should do something about him. Hey, party members with ranged attacks. Attack him, maybe?
Thanks to you, this new key to replace Dane Nomos is now complete. As a show of my appreciation, I will allow you to witness the fruition of my plan. The awakening of the true child of the full moon.
No, can you imagine? What a fucking god, is that the actual final dungeon?
What is that?
Go end the stream at the next save point is what I'm going to do, Ninja.
We saw that at Miorzo.
It's that ring we saw on the mural.
Success! At last I have done it!
Attack him.
Behold, the greatest remnant of the ancients, the enduring Shrine of Zalde, the ultimate Blastia, which once obliterated the catastrophe that threatened our world.
That's a Blastia?
Attack
Maybe
him.
you could save this little speech until you get some alone time. You're embarrassing yourself.
The show, I am afraid, is over. It is time for the final curtain.
Yeah, that's super Wesker.
Now, Princess, do your friends the favor of separating their heads from their bodies.
Bastard!
None of this would have happened if you hadn't insisted on coming here. Oh, how the poor girl will feel when she comes to her senses. Farewell.
Damn you, Alexei, wait! Get back here!
You had so much time to do that.
Alexei!
It's your own damn fault, and I'm really irritated at you. Now this game is going to keep going.
Alexei!
Estelle, don't! Please. Before I can hurt anyone else, please. Kill me.
I'll set you free.
Yuri! Yuri!
Do it.
Estelle, snap out of it!
You gotta play the main theme when you're doing something heroic.
Come back to us! Estelle! Are you just gonna let your life end like this? Like someone else's tool?
Just smack her.
want to.
Yeah, well, it's too late. Stab. Because then the game would have been over in a reasonable amount of time. No, we don't actually want her dead. We want her back in the party because she's the only healer in the game. In this game that caps out your item capacity at 15 per item.
Wait, the system! It was being kept in check by Alexei's sword. Without that...
No, she actually does heal. If anything, she ignores the parameters you set on her to heal too much. But given that the game's given me like the last 6 hours without a healer. Yeah, but in Baldur's Gate 3 you can be the cleric. Boy, it was a fun thing to learn when we started Baldur's Gate 3 on Sunday. And it turned out that all 3 of us who were playing had essentially made rogues. I was a ranger, but a rogue is like, you know... I'm like next door to a rogue. And yeah, Teek's a druid, but like none of us are really... Like, it was kind of awkward to learn that we all kind of just went very close together. So we have to have Gale in the party as a result. Because we need somebody who has, like, magic range.
I can't stop it now! Everyone, run!
Don't
Stab her.
We're not gonna lose you!
I
Don't
might be able
her.
to use his system. Amazing. It's synchronized with Estelle. Interference deactivation data. A formula to isolate surplus air. But what could possibly take the place of the Apatheia?
What about this sword? This is the original that Alexei based his on, right?
Let me try it. Let me help. I'll keep track of the flow of air.
Me too!
I'll help out.
Oh, damn this useless body.
Please! Everyone!
What did I say? We're not gonna lose you. When brave Vesperia does something, we do it right.
Okay.
Rose Whip.
Yuri, the sword!
Here!
Stab her. If this wasn't anime, this would absolutely blow up in their faces. Kill them all, and like almost everybody within like a 30-mile radius. But no, because it's anime, it'll work fine.
It's a success!
And it's like, yeah, you guys are assholes.
Nice to be back.
You place the value of one life above everything. And it's a nice idea, but in practicality it doesn't work.
The Enduring Shrine of Zaude.
That's what he said. Have you heard of it?
No, that's the first time. I wonder what it is.
I don't know, but I know what he's gonna use it for.
World domination. Do you really think he can do that?
He sure thought he could.
See, things get trickier when it's like 1 life versus 3. Because at that point you can ascribe more value to the 1 than the 3, depending on circumstances. When it's 1 life versus thousands, the answer is the thousands. Like, it really is.
We knights are always one step behind.
You're awful.
We never would have been able to free the capital if it weren't for Yuri and the others.
Because you're awful.
Much less stop the Blastia from spreading this danger across the land.
Because you're awful.
It was the knights that protected the capital from Heracles, though. They're the only reason we were able to even get into the capital at all.
After we infiltrated Heracles and blew the fucking thing up from the inside.
Even with Lady Estellise.
Hey, Estelle came back on her own.
Why did he aim that cannon at the capital? He was in the capital when he fired it.
I'm still grateful, though. Thank you.
Quit it. You're creeping me out.
Alexei owes the world for all he's done. He owes us. Tomorrow, I'm going to the shrine of Zaude.
I assume your friends will be with you.
Yeah, everyone's resting up for tomorrow.
I don't have friends, I have baggage.
So spare me any guilt trips tonight.
Okay.
These looks and these cuts
Captain,
become
so
really uncomfortable when you realize this is
You
Flynn's
again.
bedroom.
Negotiations with the Union are difficult. It seems they can't even agree with each other. And one more thing. The Council intends to cede all authority to His Highness Yoder in order to control the current crisis. Due to your success in liberating the capital, His Highness has pronounced you acting commandant. Congratulations!
Well, this cleans up one of our problems. Congrats.
Watch your tone.
Wonder if at any point she's gonna pull that stick out of her ass.
Yuri, you're the one who really did all this.
Yeah, I am.
Ah, details, whatever. Well, I guess I'll go check on the others. See ya.
Better check on the others now or I'll forget what I'm supposed to be doing when I come back to this.
What's up, Carol?
Oh, Yuri! Take a look! It's as good as new!
Good to see you're as useful as ever. That's not yours, though, is it?
It's mine.
Thanks.
This boy's been fixing up all the stuff that got knocked around in that commotion. He even went back to the lower quarter to pick all these things up.
Why? Why didn't you go back to the lower quarter to live there?
Actually, Rapide found most of it.
These are my favorite shoes, and you can't hardly see where they got torn. This guy's awesome.
He sewed up a dress that was very important to me. Thanks again for that.
Are you sure about doing this, Carol? Tomorrow's the final battle.
It's okay.
Fucking better be.
I was actually a little worried. I couldn't really sleep anyway when I started thinking about the battle tomorrow. I just thought I might as well help out if there was anything I could do. I didn't think Rapide would want to come help, though. I was a little surprised.
He probably guessed what you were thinking. He doesn't just go along with anything.
Yeah, I guess.
But why does he smoke?
Well, don't push your luck.
Ah, come on, Rapide.
Oh, this boy's got a bright future ahead of him.
You are looking at the esteemed boss of our guild.
You might learn a thing or two from him yourself, you know.
It's a problem you see every now and then in Japanese media of character traits that are absolutely just odd and stand out that have no point beyond, oh, it looks kind of cool. It's like Yuna in Final Fantasy X having different coloured eyes, and you think that's going to mean something, and it never does. There's like, why does she have different coloured eyes? Oh, because it looks cool. Why does Rapide smoke a pipe? Because it looks cool. Like, I'm sorry, why is the dog smoking?
Memories support the heart, and our dearest possessions are the vessels for those memories.
Yeah, but that never really matters. That's not true, it does matter. That's stupid.
Thank you, young man.
I'll just do a little more, and then I'll call it a night.
Okay, just don't overdo it.
Yeah, I know.
My point still stands.
What are you doing, Judy?
I'm trying to see if I can contact Pharaoh again. If Zauda is connected to the ancient catastrophe, Pharaoh might know something about it.
Isn't he gonna ask about Estelle?
Yeah, but you'd think the scar over the one eye would be enough.
I'll tell him it looks like everything will be okay.
And it's like, oh, we want this cool looking dog. Well, one doesn't look like any other dog. There are dogs in the game. Rapide looks like none of them. Has a big scar. Okay, that's a detail. Smokes. Why?
Alright, thanks.
And then, like, there's the Jojo costume, the Jotaro costume, and, like, Jotaro did smoke. But when you put Rapide in the Jotaro costume, it replaces the pipe with a stick. With a twig. And it's like... that's the costume where it would have made the most sense.
You know, the only real goal I've had in life has been to destroy the Hermes Blastia. I didn't have to think about other things while I was doing that.
Other things?
Yeah, that's the case. That's just the thing with having a goal.
Oh, this world. Me. Lots of things. Had I never met Estelle, I might still be flying around with Baul, not thinking of anything.
Pharaoh said you'd change too.
Don't get me wrong. I'm telling him Estelle will be alright because I really believe it. I have no intention of ignoring the Blastia or the air.
I think people who vape are cowards.
Is that part of the lots of things you mentioned? Sorry, forget I said that.
I won't kill Estelle. Nor will I let her be killed. I also can't let Alexei go on.
Okay. We head out tomorrow morning. Just get back by then.
Understood.
Judy. Let's win this one.
Okay.
But when it comes down to it, chances are that give it 20, 30 more years, and there'll be undeniable proof that vaping is actually just as bad, if not worse, than just smoking. And that the vapor that it gives off is just as bad, if not worse, than cigarette smoke. And it'd be like, cool, you thought you were all being super healthy, but you all look like twats, and it didn't help. It did not help at all. You might as well have smoked cigarettes, you would have been cooler. I would never vape. I would smoke. Yeah, cigarette smoke does stink. Absolutely not going to deny that. But at least it's an honest smell. Not like fake bubble gum. I guess we're just not going back there. I mean, you probably shouldn't be going up to guys and smelling them in the back at work. That's a weird thing to do, Ali. I'm really tired of having to search across large areas. Like, for fucking pointless nonsense.
What are you doing wandering around?
Looking for you fuckers.
I'm making sure you guys aren't causing any trouble.
Game won't let me continue until I talk to you all.
I see. You're wandering around so you can cause some trouble.
No, I said... never mind.
You just oh man like that. You say that, but like, have you ever tried to stop a woman from doing what she wants?
And that we didn't have to kill her.
Yeah, I feel the same.
They'll just find a way.
If we hadn't been able to bring her back, would you really have killed her?
Why do you ask?
Because...
Yeah, I stabbed her in the face.
I don't know, is what I'd like to say. But if Estelle hadn't heard my voice when she did, I probably would have killed her.
How can you go to such lengths knowing it's going to hurt you?
Estelle's my friend, and I can't let a stranger take care of my friend's problem. Besides, I'm not the one who it hurts the most.
A friend's problem? Yuri, you're really strong.
Strong, huh? I don't know about that. But what about you? Did you forget your search for the Maristella?
Right now, I'm focusing on beating the bad guys. Besides, I haven't forgotten. If anything, I've got a great memory.
A great memory, huh?
And smelling
What's
old
wrong?
man is yours.
Yuri, I'll never forgive Alexei.
This is my stream. I'll kink shame whoever I want to
for his
kink
own
shame.
desires, I could never forgive that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's why, we can't let Alexei get away with what he's done.
No, he can't.
There's the fun thing between me and Clem. Like, I was like, it was several years ago now, I think. Even like during the stream, when I was like,
Right, Yuri. Guess
might have
what?
been one of the Final
The
Fantasy
Maritime
VII streams
Guild
we did,
Gullsong is rushing to fix our ship.
where I was like, Ana de Armas is like probably one of the most attractive celebrities at the minute, and he was like, I don't know who that is, and he ended up looking up and was like, yeah. And now, like, we do Instagram reels back and forth.
Gullsong.
And it's mostly funny
Isn't that
ones,
Tokunaga's
but every now
guild?
and then he'll just send me something of Ana de Armas. And it's like, I appreciate this, but you know I have more than just, like, the one taste, right?
Yep, we'll be able to use the Fiertia in no time.
Alright, then we'll use that to take Alexei down.
Of course! So, Yuri?
Patty,
Huh?
if you're having difficulty saying it, there's no need to force yourself. I'll listen when you're ready to talk, so go get some sleep. Good night.
It's more like Klim's committed me to her. To be fair, she's an attractive woman.
He's actually sleeping. Man, I can't tell if he's brave or just stupid.
She is a certified wowzers.
Weren't you gonna have a touching reunion with your bestest pal?
No, it's that lieutenant of his. She's scary.
Really? I would have said she's a bitch.
Hmm? Oh, well, I guess I can see that.
What do you mean?
Huh, well, it's just... she's so serious. Gotta be careful not to rub her the wrong way.
I think my existence rubs her the wrong way.
I'm not rubbing anything any way.
Well, you most certainly can't please all the people all the time.
Ninja, would you mind snoozing that ad for me, please?
I guess you're right. So what...
Oh, just thinking about stuff. Hey, why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, I already said that, though.
With all we've been through, I guess I'm just trying to figure out what I should do with myself. But I keep coming up empty. Change wears me out.
You chose your own life. At this point, you should be able to do
That's
anything
odd,
you
because it
want.
says I've got 4.5 minutes until it happens.
How do I put it? I already died once. Now I'm thinking about a bunch of stuff. But I guess thinking about settling things with Alexei is enough for now. The rest will probably come out in the wash.
Keep an eye on it then. Oh, there it is.
Sounds okay to me.
Thank you, Ninja.
Speaking of settling things, I filled Estelle in on all the stuff that happened.
I don't want to run another ad before we finish.
Guess what she did?
Told you
She
a
said
slut.
I had to let her do the same thing everyone else did. So she smacked me on the head. Called it even.
That's Estelle.
It kind of hurt, actually. Well, I think I'm gonna catch my shut-eye in here.
Suit yourself. Try not to oversleep for once, though.
How many people? How many people do we have? Estelle. I think that's it. I think we just have to find Estelle. Oh, no, they're both here. I forgot about Rita.
This will bring the value back down, so the discrepancy with this should... Nope, it's nowhere near enough.
Yeah, but those conversations you actually want to hear, Ninja.
Yuri!
What are you all doing out here?
How else are you going to get Miranda to own you in the engine room where people can see? Seriously, like, she chose that location, and there are windows into there. She knows that.
Leave me alone! Oh, it's you.
We're like 40 hours into the game, and you are still an absolute bitch.
Nice to see you, too. So what kind of experiment is this, anyway?
Set me on fire for speaking.
Is something wrong?
No, it's being kept well under control, and it's stable. As annoying as it is to admit, Dane Nomos and this system of Alexei's are both pretty amazing.
Yeah, and then Tali, like, just has sex with you in your bedroom like a regular person.
So then where's the problem?
The effective area of control is more limited than I thought.
You're a third woman that you can romance in Mass Effect 2. Or is it 2 male, 2 female? Oh yeah, Jack, yeah. It's Garrus, Stain, and Bland. No, I've never tried Jack.
The control barrier originates at the barrier Blastia. She's stable inside it, but she can't leave. I guess Dane Nomos alone couldn't take the place of all those Apatheia.
Imagine she's probably more fulfilling than Miranda is come Mass Effect 3.
So long trips are out of the question.
Also, the barrier Blastia is part of the system. As long as it's in use, this city is defenseless. That's why I'm out here trying to figure out a way for her to move around freely.
What do you mean, out here? Since Jacob cheats, since Jacob is just a dick.
Why can't Estelle just take Deinomos with her wherever she goes?
Should have left him on that planet with his father.
It was really only designed to contain air that's gone out of control.
Besides, when your options are Jacob, Garrus, and Thane, and you choose Jacob of your own free will, like, we can't be friends anymore.
I don't think it could actually affect Estelle in any way.
If I could romance Garrus as a male shep, I would have done it.
I guess that's how it was with Duke, too.
Don't worry, I'll come up with something. Or my name isn't Rita Mordio. I won't let Estelle wind up trapped like that again. Nobody treats my friend like just some thing.
Okay, I'll leave you to it. Nothing to worry about. You've got the best genius under the sun with you.
Yeah, Garrus is undeniably, like, the best female pick throughout the entire trilogy. I think best male pick goes between Liara and Tali.
Yes, I know Rita can help me. I'll have this ready by tomorrow. You get yourself to bed.
The important thing is that you shouldn't romance humans. Because fuck them. But don't actually fuck them.
Don't push yourself too hard. Same to you, Estelle.
Like in Dragon Age, like, you're only romancing the humans because there are no good options that aren't human. In Origins. It's like, you got Morrigan, you got Leliana, and then, like, that's it. Who's your only, like... Zevran's the only non-human romance option, isn't it? You should have been able to romance Oghren. I can't believe it took till Veilguard to be able to romance a dwarf. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I feel like the whole idea of the Kunari and the Kun are, like, really undercooked in Origins. The concept itself doesn't become interesting until Dragon Age 2. Ninja, would you mind snoozing that ad for me, please? And then, of course, in Dragon Age 2, you have actually good non-human romances. And by that, I mean Meryl. Sten as a character is fine, it's just the idea of the Kunari and the Kun don't really mean anything until Dragon Age 2. Yeah. am I doing now?
Ready to call it a day?
I could have done this at any time.
You coming too, Rapide?
I think Dragon Age 2 had probably more interesting, varied romances than Dragon Age Origins.
We fight. Hope everybody can get some sleep.
I think Inquisition probably had the best romances of the Dragon Age trilogy. But that's entirely because the romances don't end when you have sex. Like, that's how low a bar it was for romances in BioWare games. Like, if they kept having any kind of plot after you had sex. I mean, I romanced Josephine. I really like Josephine. Cassandra is actually quite interesting, way more interesting than you'd think. Iron Bull is a lot of fun. The sex scene with Iron Bull, even if you don't romance Iron Bull, is worth looking up because it's hilarious.
I had hopes that we'd have the guild ships at our disposal.
I heard they've been having some issues.
It seems they've been unable to decide on a course of action since the Dawn's passing. It looks like I'll be one step behind you again this time.
No hard feelings, no matter which of us gets to Alexei first, right? Oh yeah. Are you done trying to get Estelle back? I mean, she's still a princess. And what about all that stuff with the Imperial succession?
I never looked into Sarah's romance because I never liked Sarah as a character.
The council has chosen Yoder as their leader.
Cullen? Is it Cullen? I think it's Cullen. Was never really interesting because he seems so vanilla.
For all intents and purposes, he's got their nomination for the throne.
Okay.
You still can't romance Varric.
So that's why you don't need to chase her around anymore?
That's not it. It's just that I've finally come to terms with the choices she's made for herself.
Wow, you sure loosened up.
Don't give me a hard time. It's something I've had to struggle with in my own way.
Really? You had to struggle with letting her make her own choices?
Well, she'd be happy to hear it.
Yeah, but the same can be said of, like, Meryl is lame in Origins, but she actually gets to be a character in 2. Isabel is kind of lame in Origins, but gets to be a character in 2. When they actually get to be characters, rather than just, like, one-note scenes, like, background dressing for scenes,
as for Lady
then they're all more interesting.
You have my confidence.
And it is true of Colin, because he gets to actually be in the game
Sorry for being
for
such a
longer
pain.
than 2 scenes.
Well, I'm gonna get going. See you at Zaude.
As far as anyone is concerned, the capital was retaken because of my efforts. It isn't just with this, though.
No one even knows the things that brave Vesperia has done. They don't even try to learn the truth. Are you really okay with that?
Fucking dollar store Link in the background. Alright, let's save this. But yeah, if you missed it, Ninja, my personal recommendation in Inquisition is Josephine. But that's just, like, I really like Josephine. I thought she was an interesting character with depth. And again, like, Inquisition having more of the romances after the sex scene was really nice. It's like previous BioWare games just being like, you have the conversations to build up the romance and then you have sex, and in Mass Effect, like, that's it. In Dragon Age Origins, it's like, oh, you can just keep having sex. And it's like, neither of those are interesting. But in Inquisition, like, more past that point, actually building a relationship was really interesting, and I liked it. Like in Baldur's Gate 3, where, like, you can have sex with a lot of the prospective romance options very early. And then beyond that is, like, the actual building of the romance, and it's way more interesting that way. Also, the fact that Larian weren't cowards and actually showed nudity was more interesting than BioWare's lame sex. I say this as somebody who's not really interested in it. I don't find any kind of titillation in it. But it's like, no, BioWare are cowards. They had one slightly racy sex scene in the original Mass Effect. Fox News got riled up, and then BioWare just absolutely cowered it out of everything. Like, there's a meme I shared a long time ago that I feel is indicative of this whole thing. Remember in like 2005 when people hacked Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and found the hot coffee stuff? Whereas, like, oh yeah, you can have fully clothed sex scenes. And it's like, oh no, this has to be an adults-only game now. Too much, banned. And then Baldur's Gate 3 comes out, and it's like, where you can have a drow sitting on your face within the first couple of hours. And there's like, there's Game of the Year. It's like, it's really nice how much further we've come in these senses of like games as a respectable medium, an art form. But on the other hand, I also feel like it's probably because there's so much controversy these days that getting mad over sex in video games is just quaint. And video games probably still don't get like actual respect. The point is, if you romance Minthara, you're a bad person. Worth it, though. You're a bad person, but it's worth it. But that is going to do it for us for today. I killed Minthara because I played as a wood elf, and wood elves are racist to drow. I was like, okay, that's actually... There's unique dialogue for that. There is so much depth. There's so much depth in these things for Baldur's Gate 3. It's the kind of thing that we thought was really cool when Dragon Age Origins came out. But, like, the natural evolution of if they kept doing that and refining it and expanding it. And it's really cool. Baldur's Gate 3 is absolutely the kind of game I would have loved to have come out, like, 20 years ago, when I had the time and attention span to play it over and over. Because it is worth the replays. Like, it really is. Honestly, Ninja, like, see what you end up doing. We can say a bunch of this stuff. The Minthara, not a big spoiler, not really even a spoiler. Because, like, you can kill so many people. You could kill Shadowheart. And it's like, oh, Shadowheart's a big part of the game. You could kill her on the beach after the Nautiloid crashes, and then she's gone. She will not come back. That is it. She's done. You can kill damn near anybody. That is a game that lets you have choice. Just like, we killed Minthara, you don't have to kill Minthara. TikTok killed Folo. I can understand that. But we need to wrap this up. Ellie, make sure you pop into the Baldur's Gate 3 streams. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with the adventures of a wood elf, a guy who thinks, a dragonborn who thinks he's a cat, and a goblin who have somehow become embroiled in this quest. It probably is worth watching the VOD. I'm not overly happy with my mic quality, but it's cool. No, I always appreciate you being here, Ninja. I appreciate everybody being here, keeping me company. But Ninja, you've been here very regularly recently, and it is always very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Big special thank you to everybody in chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Chance, Teak, Ali, Ninja. Klim wasn't here, so Klim doesn't get thanked today. We're probably back tomorrow to wrap this up, and then I can play a good game. Yay! But we have 10 seconds until the ad, so there's not really much else to say except thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day and take care.
The only thing I know for real